How do you niche down your audience in order to blow up your business in a good way, blowing up your brand? How do you niche down to basically blow up your audience or blow up your business, actually? So you probably hear this all the time that it's best to niche, go niche with your business. If that's what you want to do, you want your business to work, really niche down or niche down, however you say it. But what we're talking about here when we're niching down, it's about being specific with the type of person, the person who you're targeting. You're not just casting a wide net, right? You're not just throwing things on the wall and seeing what fits, what sticks, what may work. It's not about that. It's more about being really specific with your business growth and the way in which you are marketing your business. That's how you're going to really see traction happening, is to specifically speak to an exact person who you want to take on as your client. Don't, go broad with it. Don't overthink this one. It's just really coming down to that simple formula of speaking to a specific person. And when I'm saying this, let me clarify this, because what you're going to hear a lot of is demographics. That's immediately people are going to, or you probably already heard this, that you've probably been advised to look at demographics, look at age group, look at, right now it's really still a lot of focus on millennials. So you're maybe hearing still a lot of talk about millennials, and that's fine as a first step to look at, what is the age bracket that I'm speaking to. That's going to guide you. That's helpful. But once again, it's too broad. It's way too broad. So there's another way in which you can niche down. And by the way, let me just introduce myself so you know who you're talking to. Hi, I'm Renee. I'm a brand strategist and designer, and I am addressing this topic because it's so necessary for your business. It's so necessary if you want to see any results to get your business going, is to really think through what is the niche that I'm focusing on. It really is. It will help you tremendously. So in doing that, as I was saying before, you don't have to cast a wide net, right? And you don't have to focus, when you're attempting to niche down, focus just on demographics. Really what you want to focus on is common interests. What are the common interests that you share with your potential clients? Think about that, because that is something that you can make a part of your business experience, right? What is that common interest? What are those common interests? If you want to start that way and then narrow down specifically. Begin with that, because that's going to help you to brainstorm some ideas, right? You're going to start thinking through, okay, what is it that I share? What do we have in common? When you shift to this type of focus on the commonalities, the common interests, you're now focusing more on what makes us human. What human to human, person to person, what do we have to share? What do we have in common, right? Not just age and not just, talking about stats and data and all that, but maybe really talking about what do we have in common and how does that affect your business? What is that commonality and how does it link with your business? And when you make this shift, once again, you start speaking to someone who can get where you've been. Most likely, and it should be, something that you can speak to. Not just because you have something that you like, a topic that you like, or a quality that you like, or just something but something that connects you. Let me give you a specific example. For example, one of the audiences that I target are people who identify as introverted and more, they think they're empaths, those type of people, because they're highly sensitive. And speaking to those folks, I can help them with their branding, because I know what it's like to build a business, and being more introverted, how it's an extra hurdle to put your brand out there if you're a little bit more, you go more within. And so it becomes harder, especially for us entrepreneurs. We're putting ourselves out there. It can be an obstacle if you're lean more towards an introverted nature. So I speak to that because I know that with brand building, you have to put yourself out there and that it can be a struggle. So I make sure that my messages speak to that. And you know what? It's underscored by the design work that I'm putting out there. All of that is speaking to, visuals, the stories that I'm sharing, all the branding pieces are speaking to that introvert who has that struggle, right? Very focused, very specific. And, with that, it works. People can connect with that. In fact, one of my most recent clients, she saw a Facebook post that I shared, and I shared a post, some messages about perfectionism and how I am a recovering perfectionist, and that's something that's it seems to be a lifelong battle to just accept that sometimes you just gotta keep moving forward. In your business, things won't be perfectly aligned. Any next step you're doing, any launches, anything, courses, it's not always going to be perfect, and it's more important to make and take imperfect actions than to overthink and feel as if it has to be perfect. And that message really resonated with her, someone who is more introverted, recovering perfectionist, and we connected and bonded on that commonality, right? Which is a beautiful thing, not just for the initial way in which you're going to stand out to that person who gets you, not just that, but now it's, okay, we get along, we have this commonality. You know how this can disrupt business, and you know what, you can help me because you relate to where I am. And that's what it really is about. It's about having that connection, being relatable, and helping someone on their journey based on that commonality, right? That's how you start to create those deep emotional connections. And, if you ever heard of, emotional branding, or, really getting on that level, that's what you're doing when you're emotionally branding. You're really diving deeper into where you have that shared space with your potential client. And the beautiful thing is, when you start to work together, this becomes not just a topic, but it should be part of your whole system, the way in which you're doing your business. And you have that thought, you already know that person has these traits. Okay, well, when we're working together, in my case with branding work, I can make sure that is something that we address to help my client, right? And that's the same thing with you, regardless if you're doing mindset work, you're a business coach, whatever you're doing, you can pull in those commonalities, that emotional connection you have, into the business experience, right? So it helps with attracting your ideal clients, but it also helps within the work that you do, what makes it so unique and memorable and special. So that's what you do when you are really, really niching down to cut through the noise and to blow up your brand. That's the way to do it. It comes down to emotionally branding yourself. So if you are ready to do this and you need some guidance here, you're trying to figure out, how do I niche down? How do I get that audience who is the right person for my work, one, and how do I niche down in a way that's going to help me to stand out? How do I figure this out? Do click on the link below. We'll hop on a call. We'll talk about it. We'll piece it apart and then really focus on how to make that shift in your business. So the link is below. And if you found this video helpful for you, or another business owner who can really benefit from this, do like this, leave a comment, share it, subscribe for more of these videos. This is the type of information that I put out there, how to build your brand, how to blow up your brand the right way, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.